Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new series of CSSA Certified System Security Analyst, a basic selfless certification program. In this video, we are saying Module 1 Introduction to Cyber Security into this Lesson 1. This is very first video, and if you want to see this course introduction, please look at the previous video I uploaded, introduction of this course. So in this video, we'll cover a Lesson 1, what is cyber security. Into this, we'll see key concept of the cyber securities, like core elements of cyber security, why cyber security is important, key concepts of the cyber securities, importance of the cyber security in the modern IT environment, some historical attacks, evolution of the threats, key, and the key cyber security concepts like asset, threat, vulnerabilities, and risk, and overview of the cyber security career and the certification program to the other words. So this module one I will divide lesson by lesson, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and five videos will be there for the module one. So let's start module one. What is cyber security? Cyber security, by dividing a name, first you concentrate on the security. Like security is a practice of protecting, defending in general, and the cyber security means it refers to the practice of protecting, defending computers, servers, mobile devices, networks, and data from the malicious attacks, unauthorized access, etc. It includes protecting system from unauthorized access, data breach, identif identity theft, and the service disruption also. So not only the threats and the attacks and the unauthorized access, we also need to protect from the service disruption. So cybersecurity covering like cybersecurity concepts itself into a subdomain based on skills, application security, information security, network security, operational security, encryption, access control, end user education, disaster recovery, etc. There are endless endless concept and domains in the cyber security where we are trying to see one by one over here, which are the core elements and the so key aspects of the cyber security include first is preventing of cyber attack. Okay, so preventing of cyber attack like this involves implementing measures like firewall, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, strong password policies to block the unauthorized access and the malicious software. So basically, this is a proactive measure to prevent the attack. Protecting the sensitive data. This includes like encrypting data, controlling the access to the information, controlling access to the information system, and implementing data loss prevention and measures. This is like a protective of sensitive data. Ensuring a system availability, not only prevention and protection, but availability is also important. This involves implementing a disaster recovery plans, backups, and other measures to minimize the downtime and ensure that system can continue to operate even in the face of cyber attack. Suppose ensuring availability means even if something is going on, some disruption is going on, but the we need to minimize the downtime means minimizing the unavailability and maximize the availability. Educating the user. Okay, you implemented all the technical controls, all the steps, spent millions of rupees, but your end users are not aware of these things, so that is also not good. Educating users, this involves training employees on the cybersecurity best practices such as recognizing phishing, scam, etc., use a strong password policies, etc. And responding to a security incident. Okay, you implemented everything, but still something can happen. Then we need to prepare. So that is responding to a security incident. This involves having the plan to place the quickly identify content and recover from a security breach. Okay, so even if you implemented everything and something happened, that we need to be ready. So these are the key aspects of cyber securities. Then we see a core elements of a cyber security. Core elements include a technology, policies, procedures, training and awareness, a physical security and the logical security. Physical security and the data security. Technology, it includes firewall, antivirus, intrusion detection, intrusion prevention, and lots of security tools that monitor and prevent uh, unauthorized access, and the other cyber security related incidents. Policies and procedures. These are rules, regulations, and guidelines that govern how system and data are used to protect and ensure the compliance with the security standard. So policies, procedures, these are also important. Some requirements came from customers, some requirements came from the regulatory bodies, regulatory authorities, senior leadership. The major security policies, procedures, compliance come from the government and the local laws that we need to adhere and we need to understand. Then training and awareness, educating the users about the cyber security best practices, that is also important. Then physical security and the logical security. Like physical security, whatever you can think of, like protecting your premises physically, access to the server, computer, network infrastructure, even if not from the human, but from the natural disasters also, that is also included over here. And the data security, logical security, all the implementing measures to protect the sensitive information from the unauthorized access, modification, and deletion, unauthorized deletion is a primary focus. So these are the core elements. Then why cybersecurity is important? So to like a protect from a data breach, for a business continuity, to meet a regulatory compliance, individual protection, and also learning about the evolving threats and keep improving our security. So cybersecurity is not a one-time process; it is a continuous process to prevent from a data breach. Cybersecurity measures help us to protect the sensitive data, financial information, personal details, intellectual properties. That's why it's important to implement business continuity. As cyber attacks can disturb the operations, leading to a significant financial loss, a reputational damage, etc. Regulatory compliance to meet to the customer need, government need, regulatory body need, to ensure the compliances, individual protection, and the evolving threats also. So here are some key concepts: a cyber security and a information security. So basically these two words is like a two side of a same coin. There's nothing much difference, but this is have some will it will help us to understand to the core concept of what is cyber security and what is information security. Okay, so cyber security focuses on protecting digital assets and the system, and information security includes both digital and physical protection of the data. So scope, see, focusing on the protecting digital system, network and data. Here a broader level include protection of both digital and the physical data. Primary focus, like securing cyberspace like internet, computer, mobile network, securing all the form of information like digital, physical, or a verbal. So see, this is a difference. Here securing a infrastructure basically, and here securing all the form of information. It can be infrastructure also, it can be in the digital form also, it can be in the verbal form also, it can be in the any form. So here major role is to protect the information and the data, and here are the primary focus on protecting on the devices, assets, the infrastructure. Threats address like malware, phishing, hacking, DDoS, like DOS or DDoS, ransomware or cybercrime. Here we see like unauthorized access, unauthorized disclosure, alteration and destruction of the data. Some examples of asset protect that the network system, cloud services, endpoints and the applications. Here we are protecting business records, user data, trade secret, databases, etc. All the logical form of information. Types of tool use like firewall, antivirus, IDS, IPS, VPN, encryption tools. Here we use tools and also the techniques, access control tools, encryption tools, policies, procedures to implement, and the physical security also of the data. Environment applied in the network environment, applied in all the environment where the information exists. Professional roles, the cyber security ethical hackers, SOC analysts, network defenders. Here risk managers, compliance officers, data protection officers, Regulation and compliance like NIST Cyber Security Framework, ISO 27032, etc., which talks about the majorly towards the infrastructure security. And here talks about the information security, ISO 27001, HIPAA, GDPR, NIST 853 also, and the PCI DSS. Okay, so you go through this, and it just a reading purpose, it's just a theory, nothing much to discuss and cover as a practical, but you understand the concept. And if you have any doubts, you can let me know in the comments, or you can reach out to my Instagram at the CyberUnnat, and you can meet me over there. I'll happy to answer you. So importance of the cyber security in the modern IT environment, why this is important. So first is a digital transformation. So as you see, businesses are moving from a physical state to a logical state, direct to customers, online e-commerce, etc. So everywhere it is a digital transformation. Even your ticket booking system, also previously it was a physical form of ticket booking. Now it is a digital form of ticket booking. So digital transformation in every business. That is like keep it's the importance of the cyber security in the modern IT environments. Then remote work, bring your own devices concept, that also like creates a new vulnerabilities for us. Regulation and the compliance, to meet the regulatory and the compliance, and the critical infrastructure threats like attacks on the healthcare, power grid, transformation, finance, etc. This is why the cyber security is important for the modern IT environment. Supporting statistics, so see like the average business faces over like 1000 plus attacks per day. I'll show you a live threat map as well. So cybersecurity job demands, it expect like it's growing. It's not only demanding for a new jobs, but it is keep growing every year. It will grow, and every year it will not end, means continuously growing field. It is not a lacking or not a recession in the cyber security field. Where there will be a digital system, there we need a cyber security. So I'm seeing you some live threat maps. Here is a Kaspersky, cybermap.kaspersky.com. Here you can see a live threat map, where like again we have a lots of things uh, to see in the live threat maps. I show you threat points also. Kaspersky, I show you one of my favorite. Yeah, this is also. So see here, like based on the traffic analysis, it detects. So these attacks are keep happening. Mm, Again, I'll show you live threat maps. Here you can see based on the statistics also, you can see detection per second. See this, it may take some time, but it will show. So see detections per second. Basically, this is detecting on based on the traffic and the protocols. One more Akamai live threat map is also, if I see here, you can see these attacks happening continuously. So there are happening thousands of attacks per second. So you can see these, and if you can go to Google and add for the live threat map, it will show you lots of result where you can see and understand uh, all these threats and the attacks. One more is there. So this based on TCP connection with large combined source. Here is also you can see and take a overview of the live threats attacks. We'll see the data source. Okay, these are the data sources for the Kaspersky security. Threat map dot checkpoint, here is malware, phishing, exploit, etc. So These are live threat maps. You go and have a look. And some historical cyber attacks also, that you go and read, like search on a Google these attacks, or any cyber attacks you can see. Like suppose I'll just show you, uh, go to a google.com and see for the recent recent cyber attacks in India 255. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so India cyber threat reports. This is also, you can see there are lots of data available over here. You see that, like famous massive cyber attack campaign post Operation Sindoor. So over 1.5 million cyber attacks targeted Indian website to the Pahalgam test strike. So you can go through these, read one by one, and understand when a cyber attack happen, uh, what it cause, what its affect, why it cause. So see, like the intent, the unauthorized access, digital threat, exploitation of the vulnerability, which vulnerability it gets exploited, and then the other details. Means we need to, by reading any cyber attack, you just need to find the answers of how, when, what, why. Okay, so that will give you understanding of the cyber attack, and why it is happen, and why it is important to then implement a cyber security. Basically, you check this eventsecurity.com, where the cyber security India and the cyber attacks. There are, I think, 20 to 30 examples are over here, where you can read one by one. Let's see one example I'll show you. A DOS attack briefly affected the other authentication services, which were launched by a regional activist. No breach for the availability compromise. So basically, someone try to take down a authentication service, so that will be not available. So it is a availability, no data breach, no compromise of the user personal information. So you can read these and build your knowledge and learn about the historical cyber attacks. Okay, so here now we'll see a key concept of a cyber security. Key concepts include asset, threat, vulnerability, risk. Asset means what? Anything that value to you, anything that have a value, either a monetary value or a just a value. Like suppose your kids, etc., that don't have a monetary value, but they are still valuable to us. So that is like a asset. Threat means a potential danger that could exploit a vulnerability. Vulnerability means a weakness, a flaw or a weakness. And risk is the probability that the threat will exploit vulnerability to harm the asset. So basically, here in the first module and the theoretical part, you just need to learn this concept with the definition and understand it. Later we'll see this concept during the practical: asset, threat, vulnerability, and risk. So what is the asset? That is anything value to you. What are the threats? A potential danger to assets. What is the vulnerability? A flaw or a weakness in the asset, that is like exposing word and inviting a danger through that. Okay, and the risk is the probability that threat will exploit a vulnerability to harm the asset. So this is asset, threat, vulnerability, and risk. So let's take a scenario over here. A hospital tore a patient record. These are the asset, and the system with a outdated antivirus. Okay, so system is also asset, patient record is also asset, a system has a outdated antivirus. Okay, so this is a vulnerability. I'll just mark it. So this is asset to us, and this is a, let's mark this vulnerability to us. Okay, a ransomware gang. Make a new line too. A ransomware gang. So these guys are bad guys. A threat. Exploit this and encrypt the file and demand for a payment. So this this is a realized risk. Okay, this is a realized risk. Even more, like let's add in a blue. Okay, so here a patient record and a system. These are the assets. Outdated antivirus is an example of a vulnerability. Vulnerability, I'll mark it red again. Okay. A ransomware gang. a ransomware. This is a threat to the system. So this is a threat, like a potential danger to a system. What they do, they exploit this and encrypt the files and demand for a payment. So ransomware, this is a realized risk. So this is a scenario. You can correlate your real world scenario also, like what is the asset to you, what have value to you, what are the threats to it, what are the vulnerabilities like weaknesses into this, and the risk. Okay. So some I did this conduct I during the one-to-one session, but this is a self-paced training, so we'll just skip this. Okay. So here it just a understanding of the definition and the concept, asset, threat, vulnerability, and risk. And this is a real-world example. So overview of the cybersecurity certifications: entry level certification, mid level certification, advanced, and the executive level certification. So basically this course is trying to preparing for the entry level certification, SOC analyst, beginner certifications. These are CompTIA plus, certified security, EC Council certified security, certified ethical hacker, CompTIA plus, security plus, intermediate like CISSP, OSCP, specialized, and CISM. One by one you can go through these certifications, so like beginner level, intermediate level, and the specialized level. So summary of this lesson 1: we see the cybersecurity protects digital information against the involving threats. Threats have grown more sophisticated from the worm to state sponsor attack. Core concept like asset, threat, vulnerability, risk that help to assess manage the cybersecurity. A career opportunities over here, like role is a SOC analyst, pen testing, security architects, and the executive levels, CISO levels. So in the next video, we'll see the lesson 1. So covering everything in the one video, that will be a long video. I'll just wanted to break it like a 15-20 minutes for each. So this is the from the module 1. In this video we have seen a lesson 1, what is cyber security. In the next video we'll see the lesson 2, the CI triad and the cyber security principles. Okay, so let's meet into the next video in this series. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Stay secure.